Hey traders, Akil Stokes here, head currency trader with Trade Empowered, and welcome to yet another edition of my weekend review video. I apologize for not putting out a video last week, but I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, Connecticut, then to Dallas, and well, just really wasn't feeling up to it. Still feeling kind of beat this week as I've been getting ready for Vision Week, which is going to be big. I'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the video. So it's going to be slightly different. You're not going to see my face. I know how much that disappoints you. And we're probably going to be on the shorter side for this video. But what I want to do is just kind of give you a brief preview of some of the things we're going to talk about during next week's live free training week. That still sounds pretty exciting. A whole free week of training and trading. That's awesome. But want to give you kind of a look at how I do my multi-time frame analysis and how we go about making predictions, and always just trying to stay one step ahead of the market. And there are two main trades I want to talk about today. First, I do want to do this, just show you how the week has been, or how the month has been. What you're looking at in front of you is my equity curve from the month of October. I typically don't like showing this type of things. I typically don't like looking at stats myself personally, but I did get a few requests out there to kind of see how we've recovered after September. And you can see heading into the end of October, I'm right around my normal 3%, a little bit lower than that. I'm looking at about 2.5 right now. And typically on average, I'm about a 3% trader per month. Nothing exciting, nice, boring, slow, steady, consistent, yet profitable. It works for me. If you're one of those traders out there that is going to leave me a nasty comment saying, hey, Akil, why only 3%? I've seen stuff on the internet about people making 50% a month. Then just click the X button in the lower or the upper top right hand of your corner and, leave. Go watch videos from that trader. I'm here to work with traders that want to be consistently profitable and that understand the reality of trading isn't about doubling your account in a month. That's not realistic. That's not a long-term, realistic, consistent goal. Rather, if you can just slowly and steadily grow it, you can make a pretty good career as a trader and make some pretty good returns. And we'll talk more about the importance of money management maybe during next week. We'll see. We got a lot on the table. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about yet, but this is what October's looking at so far, right around 3%, about 2.5, and I got two positions on the table right now, so we'll see how they go. Now, speaking of two positions on the table, one which we took this morning in the live trading room was dollar CAD. This is a particularly interesting setup because we really started to look 3-4 steps ahead of the market. And it all started on the daily chart. Now, I preface to my traders this: realize that what we're looking at is a counter trend opportunity. If we look on the daily chart here, we are obviously in a bullish trend. And for you guys that have trouble identifying what the trend is, many traders look too detailed into things. A new saying that I've been doing, I got this from the book Pitbull by Marty Swartz, which was excellent, by the way. Is look at the forest and not at the trees. Scrunch up your charts, look at the big picture. And obviously, we're going up on the big picture. But going against what I just said, if you look at the recent movement of price action, and this will be clear on the 4-hour chart, we recently had a break and close below structure. If I draw this blue line right here, it recently had a break and close below structure, followed by a doji candle, which signals market indecision. And what we're doing is looking for a market to come back up and retest structure. And that's just what we got. I actually got short today around 112 flat. But let's work our way down the time frame. Let's go down to a 4-hour chart. So let's head down to the 240. And actually, before even that, we had a pretty good trade setup on here yesterday. Now, I missed getting filled by a single pip. But we actually had a Gartley, an advanced pattern completion. We had a bat pattern looking like X to A to B, B to C. We had a CD completion down here at, I think it was 111, 111.15. The traders I work with, we always talk about front running orders, getting ahead of the market. I had my orders at 111.20. The market came down to 111.21 and then ran off 100 pips without me. So the pattern completed. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ride that train. But I did make about 100 pips on a pound Aussie trade that was very similar, so I'm not too upset over it. Now, speaking of structure, again, what are we looking at? We're looking at swing high to swing low. We're looking at an outside return right here. We're looking at a new structure low of our recent move right here. And what Jason and I were both looking at this morning in the war room and in the live trading room was a 2618 opportunity. So essentially the market did this. The market came down. We have our break and close below structure. We came back up as an outside return. Now, again, this is counter to the underlying trend. I want you to realize that. But if you're a counter trend trader, this is right up your alley. We came up, retraced, and what we did was we put up a double top right here. And every time we see a double top, we know that what? If the low of that double top is penetrated, that's going to set us up for a 2618 trade, where what we're looking for is this. We're looking for the market to come back up. We're looking for a bearish rotation, first and foremost, by that break and close below. We're looking for the market to come back up to retest structure. The 618 retracement is typically what we say to look for. And then we're looking for a move to the downside. Well, I should say this. A move to retest our structure levels right here, and then hopefully an extension to the downside. So a simple, basic 2618 trade setup for you guys that watch the training. This should be a no-brainer for you. This should be popping out to your eyeballs. But this is where we get a little bit. This is where we get a little bit fancy. But now we have a potential Gartley pattern setting up right here at 112.02. And you can use this Gartley pattern as a way into this trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my orders on for this Gartley. We always want to ask the question, what's next? Okay, Akil, you got the 2618. The market could come down. It could extend. We could get stopped out, and I'll mess up all the analysis. But let's pretend that this 2618 is going to complete. Because again, we don't want to be surprised by anything in the market. We don't want to have the market make a move and then it comes down to a level and we're scrambling to place orders. Because usually that's when we get emotional. That's when we start going, I don't know what to do. It's going to run away with me. I think it's a bat. I think it's a Gartley. Double bottom. Let me just buy it. And then you figure it out later. And sometimes you're right. Other times you're like, I probably shouldn't have bought that. Yeah, I got too emotional. I got too much into the moment. So we always want to be 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of the market. And if this 2618 completes, let's go down to a 15-minute chart where it looks a little clearer. If this 2618 completes, well, how about we pause the tape? You tell me. What's going to happen if this 2618 trade completes? All right, give you enough time there. If this 2618 trade completes, we were looking at this. We're looking at an X to A. We're looking at an A to B, which is going to be right here. We're just going to miss that 618. We're now looking at a BC retracement up to here. And we're looking at a C to D extension, a potential C to D extension, looking for a bat pattern completion somewhere in this area. Let's just see where that 886 brings us in at. 886 is going to put us at right at 111.32. Looks like that may be an ABCD pattern down there as well. Maybe a little short of one. Yep, a little bit short of one. But we're going to have a bat pattern completion down there. So I told the traders, what if we sell this 2618 up here at 112? What if we ride this down? Take half profits off at our normal level, but ride the second half of our position, the freebie half of our position, down to this bat pattern, stop and reverse, and then involve ourselves in a bullish bat. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? And they're like, yeah, kid, that would be cool. We make some money on the way down, trade it like it's an aggressive C, and then we make some money on the way up, right? Not a bad option. Then we took it one step further. Well, if we zoom out a little bit more, if you look at the point of where this bat pattern completes, check this out. We're going to have another potential advanced pattern. Some of you guys are like, this is insane. It will never happen. You'd be surprised. We're going to have another advanced pattern looking at an X to A, our impulse leg right here, that original leg that broke previous structure. We're going to come up to a 786, which puts me on butterfly pattern alert. Now, I'm not going to take a lot of time to explain butterflies because I know I trade them a little differently than what some of you guys are used to. But essentially, we're going to look for a butterfly pattern completion at Fibonacci extension and inversion confluence right up here where my 127 inversion and my 1618 extension meets, giving us an X to A to B. Let me go ahead and change the color of this. Boom. B to C down here, completing our bat pattern, and a C to D extension up here for 112.88 for our butterfly pattern completion. So not only do we have the opportunity to trade the 2618 down to the bat pattern, we now have the opportunity to trade the bat pattern. If I can get a hold of this arrow, we now have the opportunity to trade the bat pattern up to the butterfly pattern completion. And again, I told the traders, I preached this. If you're going to do this, don't be involved for the whole ride. You always want to protect your first profit. So get your first targets, get one half of your position out of the market, put the money in your bank account, move stops to break even, and protect yourself on the backside of the trade before you do anything fancy. But you can leave a position on, or a portion of your position on, to shoot for the moon here for a butterfly pattern completion. So we've got 2618 into a bat into butterfly. Now, you know I don't like butterflies, but this particular one completes right at structure looking left, which is going to give me a beautiful spot to put stops above, right above the 113 even handle. And that's going to set me up for a butterfly that I can actually take. If I'm looking at joining this market at 112.90s, I'm looking at a potential risk of about that much. Not bad, maybe 30 pips. Right? I'm looking at a potential move back down into my 382, which is looking at 112.25s, which is down here. I don't know about you guys, but this risk reward doesn't look too bad, does it? And even if you're a little more conservative, we know butterflies have a better chance of retracing off the X leg somewhere in this level. You're still looking at more than a 1-to-1 risk reward, close to a 2-to-1 risk reward here, where you can trade it back down. So you could potentially stay on this single pair, probably for all of, we'll see what happens tomorrow, but all of next week. And you get one trade going down, you get another trade going up, you get another trade going back down. I think we totaled it up. If this completes perfectly, there's probably close to 300 pips of action on here. And again, you'd be surprised. Most of the time that you make a prediction like this, it doesn't pan out, guys. I'll be honest with you. Most of the time, you're not going to hit all three. You may get the 2618 may get blown out the water. You may get the 2618, the bat pattern may never complete. You may get the 2618 and the bat pattern, and then it'll just continue downwards, and you won't get the butterfly. Who knows? The point is, you want to put yourself in a position where if this does happen, you're prepared and you know exactly what to do, and you can take advantage of it. You guys follow me on that? You get what I'm saying? So don't be that trader that's sitting back, why would I even waste time doing this? There's no way it will ever happen. Because you're going to be that same trader that when it does happen, you're going to miss it. And you're going to be beating yourself up because we broke it down and it happened completely how we thought it would be. So just a brief example again of using multi-time frame analysis, IPDE, identify, predict, decide, execute, and just getting really 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of the market. Now, I was going to show you an opportunity on Euro Yen that we had where we did something similar. We had a cipher pattern and a Gartley pattern here during the week. Thought I'd get a run on that FOMC announcement. We got about 60 pips down, and now I'm back up to basically break even. So not going the way I thought, but still involved in the trade. But I was going to talk about another trade on that in a lower time frame and how you can use the RSI and whatnot in your favor. But we're already about close to 15 minutes in, and I don't want to make this thing too long. So what I do want to do is, before I leave, is I want to invite you to Vision Week. And give me 1 second. And actually, with the magic of editing, it will take less than a second. So what I want to do is I want to invite you to Vision Week, which is a 1 week seminar, 1 week workshop that I'm running next week. I got the idea while I was flying back from Dallas. I was like, hey, you know what? It's the end of the year. I feel like doing something. So we talked to Jason. I talked to Darren. We set something up and said, hey, why not? We haven't done a live event since May. So let's invite some traders in and let's do 1 day of training on Monday, and let's do 4 days of live trading, seeing how we can practically implement what you learned on Monday in the markets throughout the rest of the week. So if you haven't done so already, click the link that's in the info section of this YouTube video. Make sure you sign up for Vision Week. It's going to be November 3rd through November 7th. It's going to be an awesome time. You can scroll down. All of the information for this live event is down here. And until next time, traders, plan your trade your plan. Best of luck to the markets. And I'll see you guys next week for Vision Week.